folks, what's going on? SE Rocks here once again, joined by Xander.
I'm Xander, what's up?
He's Xander, and we're here for another Dudes, Drinks, and Discussion. Xander, what are you drinking on today?
I'm drinking Mountain Dew Liberty Brew yet again. It has returned.
50 flavor gimmick you got going on?
Mm-hmm. All 50 flavors in one little can.
And
filled with
high fructose corn syrup.
170 calories of goodness.
Nice. I'm drinking on freshly, organically sun-brewed tea with berries.
Sun-brewed? They baked it outside and everything?
In the sun outside, yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, the great outdoors.
Special. But not only that, Xander, I'm also drinking on a Zevia zero-calorie soda, no sugar, no artificial sweeteners, caffeine-free, grape, naturally flavored.
Oh, wow.
It is delicious.
I also have a tap water bottle next to the Mountain Dew Liberty Brew.
Tap water is very boring.
I agree with that statement.
Wah, wah.
So, hey, what are we talking about today, Roxy?
Today, we are going to talk about professional wrestling, Xander.
Professional wrestling? Isn't that fake?
Professional wrestling. And the state of it, like, right now, it's pretty crazy, wouldn't you say?
I would say it's quite crazy at the moment, yeah. You could say it's... Oh, nope, I got nothing. I was trying to think of a pun off the top of my head there. I was like, oh, you could say it's... but I don't know.
Yeah, as crazy as... I don't know, Kizarny.
Because I thought of Kizarny too. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, a lot of news broke today. You want to bring some of it up? What do you got?
Let's see. Well, the Fed, if you want to, whatever you want to call them.
No, save that one for me.
Save that one.
You got to break other news.
Wait, there's other news other than that one? Oh wait.
Well, just what's going on with AEW tomorrow.
They got a towel.
Or Saturday.
They got a towel.
Saturday.
An exclusive towel.
You want
the fans
towel,
in attendance. Yeah, I would love that towel. The fans in attendance get a limited edition AEW beach towel. That's exciting news.
Oh, all the fans get one?
I don't know if it's all the fans or if it's... I just saw... Well, I can pull it up while you're talking. Tell me something.
Yeah, so in the Big E, the WWE, big news broke today. Big E. New day? WWE signed... Well, I signed them to new position, I guess you got to say when you talk about Paul Heyman, to new positions. Executive director of Heyman's going to be executive director of Monday Night Raw, and Eric Bischoff is going to be executive director of SmackDown
Live.
Huge news. Like, Bischoff is supposed to be working hand in hand with Fox when they go to Fox.
That should be interesting. I hope it does something. I doubt it will, but
yeah, that's like everybody was excited when they re-signed Brother Love. Bruce Pritchard, thinking, he was going to make this huge difference, and obviously nothing has changed.
No.
WWE's numbers are terrible right now. Their pay-per-view buys for Stomping Ground were dismal. Raw and SmackDown crowds were, I guess they said Raw only drew like 3,500 people.
I think that's what I saw the number was for paid tickets, too.
Yeah, it's
for Stomping Grounds was like of the however big that arena. It's like a 20,000 seat arena, and they probably had like 3,000, 4,000 tops. People actually paid for tickets.
Yeah,
because then they were doing the 2-for-1 special. They were like giving tickets away, just trying to get people to sit. And then the people that were in the upper levels, I saw they were like telling them, "Hey, come sit down here, complimentary, lower deck tickets," because the entire top deck was tarped off because nobody cared to frickin' be there.
Yeah, the entire hard cam side basically was tarped off. That whole side of the arena, that's crazy, dude. That hasn't been seen in years.
Well, when I went to the SmackDown show, it was like that, but that's like just a regular Monday Tuesday show. But for a pay-per-view,
it's not a pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's unheard of.
Right.
When I went to Hell in a Cell in Detroit, at least the lower deck. I mean, I think the upper deck was still tarped off on hard cam side, but the entire lower bowl was at least filled for the pay-per-view. So it's like that's sad.
But yeah, it's crazy to think how far they've dropped just even within this year. I mean, we're 7 months in, and they've done nothing to try to turn it around. I mean,
well, and it's sad because they announced what was it near the beginning of the year when they had Shane and Stephanie come out and they announced we're gonna people power that whole thing.
Yeah, we're gonna make changes
we're gonna make changes. We're gonna leave it up to the fans. We're gonna make a better product. This and that. Yeah. I know Raw. I think Raw has already dropped the we're gonna make the third hour more extreme.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's dead. That lasted like a week. But
well, so did that stupid wild card rule thing they had. That was 1 week, and now they just basically done away with it. Like
it's you can come on Raw or SmackDown, whatever. There's still a brand split, but there really isn't a brand split. But who really knows what's going on anymore? I don't know.
Yeah. So hopefully, Heyman and Bischoff can turn things around. I've always been a huge fan of Heyman's mind for the business. Bischoff,
maybe
hit or miss. Yeah. And Heyman being on Raw is really interesting. I figured maybe Bischoff would go to Raw, but I guess he's going to be working with Fox when they go to SmackDown. So,
yeah.
Hopefully they turn things around, because when the best thing you have on Monday Night Raw is the 24/7 gimmick,
I enjoy that so much. But yeah, that's oh my god.
Dude, R-Truth is gold.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's
making T-shirts. He's got T-shirts.
Championship, but what was that?
He's got T-shirts now for the 24/7 title.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird because they're advertising it as, buy T-shirts for the 24/7 title. But, like, if you go to it, like, backlinks you to R-Truth T-shirts. Still.
Oh, really?
Like, it's under the R-Truth section, even though it's for the title that has nothing to do with R-Truth.
Nice.
And which, I mean, if it works, it works. But, yeah, it's sad. Did anything come up? I know Fox was like, we need to have a talk with you, WWE, because your product is shit. Did anything else come up about that post, the fact that they were going to have a meeting?
I haven't heard anything, but I'm thinking that's probably why this Bischoff thing happened.
I was like, yeah, I saw that right after, and I was like, oh, okay, so maybe that's part of I don't.
I mean, I'm assuming they've been talking to these guys for a little while. It didn't just happen. They didn't just call them up today and they agreed to it, but. So WWE's in a downturn, and then we have who's on the uptick, Xander?
Who is on the uptick? AEW.
AEW, All Elite Wrestling.
Who's going to All Out? I hope that was the answer you were going to. Hey, we are.
Who's we?
Going. The SE Rocks himself.
SE Rocks?
The Xander, that's me.
Zan the Plant Man.
Zan the Plant Man. We got Lil Dre, and we got Dreasaurus.
Yeah, buddy, gonna be exciting. Can't wait for it. The All Out crew heading to Chicago. So Fyter Fest has happened Saturday.
That's Saturday. Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's like 2 days from now. Shoot.
2 days. I know. I keep thinking today's Friday. My week's been.
I know, right? It feels like it should be a Friday, but yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Which is cool. All the proceeds are going to gun violence victims.
Oh, that's
for the
good.
Fyter Fest. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to bring WWE up right now, but they're gonna run a Evolve show the same night as All Elite Wrestling is running this benefit show. Yeah, it's like the first time they've ever put anything besides WWE like fresh content.
Yeah,
and they're running it head to head with AEW, who is doing a benefit show. And Kenny Omega.
It was Kenny that shit all over it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Kenny Omega took that to heart and posted a tweet. You don't have it handy, do you?
I can.
I know. Yeah, you're on the Twitters. I'm not.
I was like, let me get onto my Twitters real quick here.
Yeah, it was funny. Like today, I actually started to make a Twitter.
Did you? Oh, wow.
Yeah, my SE Rocks Twitter, and I got as far as like putting in my email, and I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I refuse.
So I opened the Twitter app, and my first instinct, instead of typing in Kenny Omega, was I searched Twitter when I got to Twitter.
Nice. Like, well, he deleted the actual tweet, so you might have to try to find a screenshot of it or something.
Man.
Yeah. Shoot, basically, he just shit on WWE for running a show the same night as AEW is going to do a benefit show for gun violence victims. Everybody I know, everybody who, I don't know, the 5 people who probably listen to this know that WWE is ran by the McMahons. Linda McMahon is a hardcore Republican.
Oh, I found it. I found the tweet.
Okay, go ahead, bud.
If lining your pockets with blood money is okay, then what's wrong with trying to undermine a charity show for victims of gun violence? I hear that healthy competition is supposed to be a good thing, and yet I can't help but feel like I'm gonna be sick. There you go.
Yeah, that's...
end quote.
Yeah, harsh words from Kenny Omega, but he's dead on. I mean, the fact he used blood money is like... I don't know. That's hardcore, dude. He wasn't holding back.
I mean, he's not wrong, though, because it's
he's not.
AEW's had this, like, this is our show. We're doing a free show on, on our, not on the network, because it's not. And then WWE's just like, hey, we're gonna, sure, we'll show this other company that's not us, but isn't one of the WWE guys, like, on that show?
There's, like, 5 or 6 NXT guys, I believe.
So it's like, I guess that kind of makes sense, like, if they're furthering the storylines there, but it really sucks that it's the same day.
Yeah, it's...
Because it's like they're trying to go head-to-head, but
it's like...
AEW
wasn't running they wouldn't have put it on the network.
Mm-hmm.
I'll guarantee it.
Right, yeah, it would have just been, hey, check out Evolve, yeah.
If they even did that. I mean, it's just, it's shitty.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Linda McMahon's a Republican. You know how, that side is all about their gun rights. So, of course, they would run against a gun victim show. So, yeah, but Fyter Fest is streaming live on Bleacher Report Live. That is cool. Their first ever, free live stream of... You can't call it a pay-per-view because it's free, but...
Jericho's not happy about it, but whatever.
Yeah, you can't make Jericho happy anymore.
No. What matches do they have for Fyter Fest? I haven't looked that close. I know there's the Cody... or no, that's not. That's Fight for the Fallen.
Yeah, see, I'm getting those two.
I'm
mixed
like,
up. I think there's Cody is facing some dude that has makeup on. Dude? I don't know him.
Yeah.
It's not his brother. It's not Dustin. Gosh, I don't know, dude.
Right? Hey, it's a free show.
Joey Janela's wrestling. I don't know. Probably should have came prepared, but yeah, it's free. So I mean, go check it out.
See, I feel like Fyter Fest. God, I can't type today. I've had a really hard time typing today. It's bad. John Moxley versus Joey Janela. You just said, God,
that should be a really good
match. I just want a list of the matches. I don't want a story about the whole thing.
Joey Janela can wrestle the Invisible Man and make him look good. So
matches. Aha, here we go. Michael Nakazawa versus Alex Jabali. Don't know who either of those people are.
Jabali's not even a wrestler, so that whole thing is kind of screwy. But
Cody versus Darby All In. Oh, he should have wrestled at All In. Ha ha. Kenny Omega, Matt and Nick Jackson versus Pentagon Jr., Ray Phoenix, and Laredo Kid.
Oh, that's gonna be fucking amazing.
Oh my god, yeah, that match sounds exciting. Yeah, Joey Moxley, John Moxley versus Joey Janela. We've got Adam Page versus Jimmy Havoc versus Jungle Boy versus MJF. That whole thing on Being the Elite was really funny. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
but it was like he was trying, Page was trying to get a one-on-one match with MJF, and he was like, "What, Jimmy Havoc?" And then it was Adam Page versus Jimmy Havoc, and he's like, "No, I said MJF." And you said Jungle Boy, and it
Being the Elite's so good, dude.
Yeah, they got good shit there. Christopher Daniels versus SEMA. Christopher Daniels is cool. Yuka Sakazaki, that's a fun name. Versus Riho versus Nyla Rose. That must be a female's match because Nyla Rose sounds like a female name, but we can't assume anything in 2019.
Yeah, so. Nyla Rose is, I believe, the transgender wrestler, I believe.
The Best Friends versus SoCal Uncensored.
That's a pretty legit card, dude.
Yeah, and then...
not knowing who the hell was going to be there.
Yeah, and then Kylie Ray versus Leva Bates is the last one. Cool. So yeah, I don't know. That pay-per-view just kind of showed up out of nowhere too. Like it was in the middle of Fight for the Fall, and they were like, "Hey, in 3 weeks we're gonna have this other thing, and here's a bunch of matches already." Like what?
Yeah. It's I'm guessing it's probably like a house show, not house show type gimmick where
I would assume, where it's bigger than it's not like all out, but it's
Yeah. I think it'll help set up some of the storylines for what is the other one? Fight for the Fallen.
Fight for the Fallen. Yeah, that one's gonna be in Florida next month. In July, because then our show's in August, so that's fun. So that'll be exciting. I can't wait for that. I'm interested to see what kind of storyline they come up with for Jericho and Page. Yeah, that's going to be the huge title match. That's interesting too, because they've got the title match set, but it's kind of like they've got 2 pay-per-views until then. Yeah, but the world title's like waiting for our show. Right. Like I keep calling it our show, All Out. But
it is our show.
The show that we are going to be in attendance to in August. If you're going, let us know. History. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Yeah, for sure. Unless we get like a screwy finish or something. And then you'll be like, you'll have to wait till next time to, or whatever.
Speaking of screwy finishes, WWE has... they had 3 screwy finishes on Raw.
Oh, God. I don't know when the last time I sat through an entire Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown. It's been a long time.
Oh, it's been years for me, dude. I either just watch What Culture or Cultaholic or their clips on YouTube. Why would I watch a 10-minute crap match when I can just see the clips that I need to see in 2 minutes?
Yeah. Well, I used to, when I was younger, I was always excited to watch the show, and then it started turning into, we're gonna start the show with hey, let's talk, and we'll have a talking segment, and then the first match of the show isn't until 45 minutes into their 3-hour program, and I'm like, oh my God, they need to go back to 2 hours.
Yes, I completely agree. But the sad thing is the SmackDown's going to 3 when they move to
Oh,
Fox
are
too,
they really?
So, yeah.
No. Why?
Yeah.
Oh, barf. Okay.
Yeah, 2 hours is like the perfect time for a TV show for wrestling because you can get everything you need to. Well, they have so many people too, though.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they would use more of the talent.
Yeah.
Because like the 205, I keep hearing great things about 205 Live, but it's like that could easily be implemented more into SmackDown and Raw, as this is just the cruiserweight division of the show.
Right.
It doesn't have to be its own show. We got this whole separate roster of dudes over here. Same thing with like that the main event show. I think they still do they
where
do
it's
like
I
a
just
whole
heard
mid Carter
about,
show. Like there's so much room on Raw and SmackDown. They don't need that extra superstars whatever show because like it's nice that they're being utilized, but it's like they're not getting the proper exposure on SmackDown or Raw that they should be getting. And it's like Tyler Breeze, he's a cool dude. But he's only on, I don't know.
He's back in NXT.
Oh,
now.
Is he now? Okay.
Yeah, he had a phenomenal match with Velveteen Dream at NXT Takeover. But yeah, 205 Live is amazing, dude. Cedric Alexander, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's a phenomenal talent. That pre-show match that they had at Stomping Grounds was the best match of the night, and it was on the pre-show. So I mean, they can fucking work.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just they're stuck on that show that nobody watches on the network.
That's the sad thing too, is because I was talking to a buddy of mine at work because I asked him because he had watched Stomping Grounds and I didn't, and I asked him, I was like, hey, how was the show? And he just said it was really lackluster, and I was like, yeah, my buddy Jesse Rocks told me that the pre-show match was the best match, and he said he didn't watch the pre-show.
Oh.
And I was like, oh man, apparently that was the best part. But.
I mean,
which
overall,
is sad to say,
be honest, it wasn't the worst pay-per-view. I mean, it was passable as like a B pay-per-view until the main event, and the main event was just trash. I mean, it was a decent pay-per-view. I wasn't, I can't shit on the whole thing. I just didn't like the main event.
Do you still have your WWE Network subscription?
How about that? No, today, as of 11:15 a.m., I canceled my WWE subscription. I have been a loyal customer since day one, and I just can't see why I'm gonna spend $10. I mean, there's so much content that really $10. It's worth $10 if you want to watch the older stuff. But I don't even
reminisce about
anymore.
The good old days, and
I mean, maybe once every 2 months, I would watch like an old SummerSlam from the 80s or 90s or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
I loved the Edge and Christian show.
Oh my God, yeah, that's my favorite show.
Yeah, and that was really like basically the only new content that I would watch was the E&C show, and it wasn't worth it to me anymore.
I enjoyed their pranked show. What was it?
It was
Swerved. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that because I always kind of enjoyed that kind of show with like pranks and stuff like that. It was kind of cool, but it was like other than Swerved and Edge and Christian and the pay-per-views, which I mean, even just watching just those three, just the pay-per-views by themselves, it kind of justifies the $10 purchase. Because pay-per-views are like $40, $50, $60. As opposed to $10. So it's like if you don't watch anything on there but the pay-per-views. But lately, I haven't even been watching the pay-per-views.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just gonna say. Like, if you were gonna buy a pay-per-view, would you have spent $40 on Breaking Ground or Stomping Grounds, or whatever? Yeah, exactly.
God,
so
no.
like, over the course of 4 months, if you're watching one pay-per-view, then is it really worth it? I mean,
I want to say even what were the last like 3 pay-per-views? Before Stomping Grounds, because I feel like the last pay-per-view I watched was Mania, and that was at your house.
Wasn't there Money in the Bank, or no?
I didn't watch Money in the Bank.
Elimination
I didn't watch
Chamber.
Stomping Grounds.
I don't know what there was.
I didn't watch the Saudi show.
Oh God, yeah.
I watched the main event. I think I opened it up just to see how bad Taker and I almost said Taker versus Lesnar. Wow, Taker versus Goldberg, thank you. Drew a blank there. I watched that match just so I could see, like, oh my God, why?
Dude, it was so bad. And speaking of Taker, who just came back on Monday Night Raw and can barely walk.
Oh my God, yeah. He needs
to quit. I mean, I can't believe whatever that he needs money.
No, it's definitely a Vince, hey, Undertaker's a big name. We need ratings. have the Undertaker show up. That's
like,
what the Saudi draw was, hey, Undertaker and Goldberg, holy shit, these two guys that were huge like 20 years ago.
And I can see Undertaker, like, Undertaker was pissed after the Goldberg match, which,
oh, yeah.
It wasn't Goldberg's fault.
No.
I mean, both those guys were just...
both of them screwed up. They both got dropped on their heads, and they were both, like, out early on, and you could tell it was like, well, now they have to have a whole match, and they're two tough guys. They're not going to stop the match, because, like, you'll stop, they used to stop the matches because someone was bleeding on TV and blah, 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 but, like, Undertaker, he's a tough cookie. He's not going to break kayfabe and break character to pause a match real quick for a second, because that's just not what he does.
But as bad as I don't know. Like,
they probably could have paused it for a second, because like you could tell both of them were just completely
Goldberg
out
needed
of it.
to be checked on at some point. Like, I'm sure the ref probably checked on him, and he probably said, "Nah, I'm all right." Oh, actually, I remember that happening. I was watching it with Draven, and I'm like, "Hey, I think I just heard the ref say, 'Are you all right?'" And he said, "Yeah, I'm okay."
But which he was not. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
God, Taker's tombstone. He was falling over as he was trying to do the tombstone. And he dropped him on his head, and the jackhammer dropped Undertaker on his head. I just burped in mid sentence there. But just that whole match was.
Yeah, so there's, like, no reason for Undertaker. Like, okay, he wasn't even announced for Raw, so you didn't use him to garner ratings or to put butts in the seat.
Oh, no, the crowd still lost their shit when he came out.
I mean, I would,
too. They hadn't
too.
announced it. Yeah, oh, yeah.
But it's like...
He's a freaking big dude. God, I shook his hand. Oh, my God.
He doesn't need to be there, dude. Like, I can tell you're, like, a huge Taker fan. And
well, I just,
like, I respect what he's done, but... I'm going to say it on this podcast, Undertaker is overrated.
Gasp. No, it's fine.
I know. I was going to save that for, like, a different podcast. But I like him as a child. I loved his gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
Going back and looking at it, he's overrated. Like, everybody just thinks he's phenomenal. He's the phenom.
It's definitely the gimmick, because it's especially now, like, you don't have gimmicks like that anymore. Like, there's not a guy that's dead that comes out and wrestles. It's all, I'm just a tough, jacked dude, or I'm a really fast, scrawny little dude that can do flippy shit, or,
Right. And I totally get that, and I love gimmicks. I mean...
Oh, yeah. Gimmicks are great. Bray Wyatt, I really hope does something. That would be...
God, hopefully Heyman doesn't fuck that up, dude. Like, I have faith that Heyman's going to come in and fucking, like, focus on Bray Wyatt.
I hope
If he doesn't do anything else, I hope to God he takes that and makes it like his baby and makes it fucking amazing.
I hope so, yeah.
Because if he doesn't...
I mean, they've built him up so hard, like, with the vignettes every single week, and, like, I'm waiting patiently for him to show up, because I really like this gimmick, and it looks great, and everything's great, and
That's what I'm scared of, though, dude. I think
like Kazarni, they vignetted him for like 2 months, and then he beat MVP because MVP was on a losing streak, and then it was a joke, and then he was gone.
Yeah, and then he was gone. So like, I have a feeling like they've built up this Firefly Funhouse, and they don't know what to do with him. Like, they started out, and there wasn't like an end point, so they're going to continue to put these out because they don't know what the hell to do with them.
Yeah,
like he needs to. Even if he's just like in the background of something,
They've started teasing it a little bit with like the Abby the Witch and
it was just the puppets though. I don't like
puppets,
that.
Which like it was kind of a clever like, hey, by the way, they're still here, but like
no, I like it. Yeah. I mean, it was a way to get it out there, but like I want to see him like
right. It's like, is he gonna wrestle with the mask on? Is he gonna come out and take the mask off and be a different person? Is he gonna be split personality and be a different person every other week? What's going on? Like,
right. Yeah, I mean,
it leaves you like wanting to know what's gonna happen, but it's kind of like if they keep waiting and waiting and waiting on it, like the hype's gonna die down, and then he's going to debut, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, it's Bray Wyatt, cool,"
and he'll lose his first match
to like Baron Corbin or some shit.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, Baron Corbin.
Oh, yeah.
So let's.
I feel like I was gonna go down a different rabbit hole with something else we talked about earlier, but I can't think of it now.
It was AEW. Because I was just going to touch on Impact. I think they're still called Impact. Yeah. And ROH, because, I mean, we're talking about wrestling as a whole right now. ROH is on a pretty serious decline, too, now.
Are they?
AEW, yeah.
Yeah, because I think, I mean, their main draws at the were the Bucks and Kenny, and so.
Which is really sad, because I loved ROH.
Oh, yeah. It was a nice, like, alternative to WWE, and it wasn't as big as Impact, so you still had that small indie show feel.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of, like, old school ECW. Like, it had that gritty feel to, like, the TV production, and if you went to a show, they were really intimate. You know, they were small, and you could meet the guys. Like, hung out with Kyle O'Reilly, and I didn't even know it was Kyle O'Reilly until the doc told me.
Oh yeah, oops.
Yeah, that was felt like a stupid ass, but I mean, it was cool because he didn't act any differently or anything. But yeah, so ROH looks like they had some controversy here a couple weeks ago with Bully Ray pulling a fan out and taking him to the back.
Yeah, because the fan was
yeah. Bully Ray's a dick. I mean, like, they don't call him Bully Ray for nothing because he is like a dick.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That wasn't good publicity for ROH.
No.
I don't think.
And I feel like had the story not gotten out, it wouldn't have been that bad. But yeah, the fact that like it blew up and it was like, oh man, like. Yeah. Because what was it? Like, the fan was heckling...
it was one of the females.
I think... Because he's dating...
Velvet Sky.
Velvet Sky, so he was probably heckling either Velvet Sky or Velvet's opponent. And then he, I don't know, struck a nerve with him. He had to go get the tables.
Somebody spit on somebody. I don't know if he spit on the worker or he was spit on. I don't know. Something. I don't know. And I seen something posted like today or yesterday that fan was brought like backstage by WWE or NXT or so. There's pictures of the guy with workers from some other company. I don't know, but
I feel like too. I don't know if this is still kind of within the realm of what we're talking about. Going to like a live show, like because I've been to an ROH show and a TNA show. It was years ago for the TNA show because obviously they don't like tour as much anymore. But like when you go to the show, it's so much nicer how much more ROH and TNA kind of cared about the fan experience.
Definitely,
because like you go to a WWE show, you sit down, they do the show, they literally boot you out because then they start tearing the stage down like the second you go. But for the TNA show, like they did like 2 different intermissions, and at the end of the show, you could like get into the ring and take a picture with X wrestler, or during this intermission, you can go get in the autograph line to go meet, I met Miss Tessmacher, Brooke Adams was her name in WWE. I met her. My buddy got to go backstage and meet Crimson, I think.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And my buddy, because it was at the Soaring Eagle Casino, my buddy got there before the show because they're at the casino. They're obviously all gonna already be there. My buddy got to like sit down and like meet Rob Van Dam before the show because they were just in the casino, just gambling around in the casino.
Right.
And that's like awesome. That's a really neat like fan experience, and like you can go and you can get interpersonal with the wrestlers, and they want to meet the fans, and like Ring of Honor was kind of like that too. Before the show, you could go and they had the table set up, and you could meet the wrestlers. They're just walking around, and WWE, you don't even get that. You can try to meet the guys before the show, but most of the time, where the wrestlers park is all tarped off and
they did away with that. I remember
years
ago we were able to when they did the show at the Civic Center, where the buses pull in, they would come up to there's a flower line there. They would come up and, we would met like Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore and a couple other guys because they would come up and interact with the fans.
Yeah, sometimes they still do because I think at the last WWE show I went to, like there were some pictures that got around. Like if you get there early enough before they tarp it off and the wrestlers are there already, you can still try to meet them real quick, but it's still tarped off and they're still behind a tarp or behind the lines. And
ROH was really cool. We went to, it was actually the last time I went to an ROH show. It was Kevin Steen's last ROH show ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they made a huge deal about it and everything, and Kevin Steen just like basically sat at his table the whole time. Besides when he went out to work his match, and like nicest guy, like interact, and he was, I think he was a face at that point. I'm pretty sure because he was on his way out. So, but yeah, the TNA experience we had was really good too. We went to I want to say it was Slammiversary, maybe.
Oh,
at
yeah.
The Palace of Auburn Hills.
Wow. Yeah, nice.
And yeah, before we even went in, like I know we showed up early. I mean, you always show up early, hoping to see guys.
Right. See if you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Nash was just like in the parking lot. Like we got Lil Dre was like Lil because I the picture I have with Kevin Nash, like I'm holding on to Dre.
Oh wow.
And
now he's big Dre.
Now he's bigger than SE Rock's Dre.
Oh man.
But yeah, we met him before the show. We met Christopher Daniels before the show. After the show, Bully Ray, not Velvet Sky, the other one.
Angelina Love?
Yeah, Angelina Love.
So that's the other one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
I got one. All right.
And Devon were heading to their car, and they stopped and were talking to fans. So, I mean, it's definitely a different experience going to those type of shows.
Oh, yeah, because they're not touring as much either, so they're not in as big of a hurry to like with WWE. They got to tear down and they got to be like 4 hours away in like in a day. Whereas TNA, ROH, they'll do like they did a show and they didn't have another show for a few days. They got time to tear down and.
Does Impact even travel anymore?
As far as I know, they don't. I think they did. I think they moved from because they used to shoot in Florida. Yeah. I think they shoot in Canada now.
Oh, really?
That's the last I saw anyway, unless they moved back down to Florida again. But they did a handful of shows like up in Toronto or somewhere in Canada. They did like a big pay-per-view, and then they did a whole bunch of tapings up there. I don't know if they're still in Canada or not, but I know they don't tour as much, and they used to be. They were live for a hot second too. Like they would do like the live on Thursdays or Mondays or whatever. But yeah, they do what NXT does, and they'll tape like 2 months worth of shows in like the course of a few days.
Yeah.
And then they just because they can't afford to run that big of a schedule anymore.
Yeah.
And their crappy
I wish
TV
I could
deal.
Keep up on them, but they're like on some crazy stupid station that they don't.
I think they're trying to. Yeah, I think they're trying to find another TV deal because. Like I don't even know what the Pursuit channel is. It's like farming and I know I don't get the channel, but Spike TV isn't even called Spike anymore. I found that out a couple weeks ago. They haven't been Spike TV in like a year or two, and I was like, what?
What are they called now?
They're just the Paramount Network.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, they're not Spike TV at all anymore, and I found that out a few weeks ago, and I'm like, when did that change? And it was like the middle of 2018, and I'm like, wow, shows how much I've been paying attention.
Yeah, I don't watch TV period, but
no,
it would just be nice if they were on. Some station
right, and it's like even Ring of Honor, like they're on like I think it's a Fox affiliate. They got really crappy time slot of like 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday or something weird where like I'm not paying attention to TV at that point in time. I was trying to DVR it for a while to watch it the next day or whatever, but I couldn't find myself watching it, and I don't know. It was weird.
Speaking of ROH, like I would love to see the Briscoes go somewhere. I've always been a huge Briscoes fan, and seeing ROH kind of, I think they're going to be the type that are they're gonna go down with the ship. I think. I know they would never go to WWE because they don't have the look. I don't. They need to go to AEW because they could have some phenomenal feuds.
If they merged with AEW or even if they merged with Impact again, like I wouldn't say again, but if they merged with Impact or something, because like Impact is and ROH is but together maybe they could be
Exactly. I mean I was just gonna say, or
AEW.
I don't want to see
yeah.
anybody fail. I want to
yeah.
see them all succeed, even if it's just they're a little bigger than what they are now or whatever. I don't want to see ROH go away. I don't want to see Impact go away.
No. ROH has a nice logo. I really like the weird infinity looking symbol, whoosh thing. Yeah. They got really good looking belts and stuff. And TNA used to have really good looking belts back before they merged and then unmerged with Global Force, whatever.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good time.
That was a fun like month and a half. Like, hey, we're gonna merge. Wait a second. No, we're not. Yeah, that was weird.
That was just a whole messed up situation because you had Billy Corgan was gonna buy Impact, and then like they fucked him over.
Yeah,
and
big time.
Filed lawsuits and it was a really weird time.
Mm-hmm. And then just like from there, they haven't really been able to get back to where they were because they were huge. Yeah, they were like when they started up 2007.
It was my favorite promotion to watch for quite a long time.
It was something different. It was an alternative. It was something fresh and still the same kind of wrestling, but like holy shit, 6 sides. Like what kind of ring has 6 sides?
See, my cousin hated that, and it didn't bother me as much. It was.
I mean, I'm told it's stiff as heck to bump in and stuff because it's a different experience. But it's kind of like that's kind of what makes it more interesting. Is it's not everybody's got a 4-sided ring. Well, what's this like? Oh, 6 sides. Oh,
are they 4 sides again? They went back to 4, right? Quite a while ago.
I know they went back to 4, then they went back to 6. I don't know if they went back to 4 again or not.
I think they are.
I know, like, when they did the whole Hogan thing and they switched to 4, and they were like, let's switch back to 6 when they combined with GFW and all that stuff. But I don't remember if they switched back to 4 or not. 4 is easier because everyone's 4 and everything's great, but I don't know. The 6 was something different.
Yeah.
And
one of the other reasons I'd like to see Impact succeed is because Michigan's own boy, Hakeem Zane, is working for Impact and doing great things. I can't even pronounce what his gimmick name is in Impact, so I just call him Mad Dragon because he's got some. It's like Rikau or something.
Rohit Raju or something.
That's
I think
what
that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm hoping for big things from him.
Yeah,
I'm hoping to see some of his stuff because like I saw him as Mad Dragon like years ago, and then like my buddy was like, "Oh my God, he's on TNA," and I'm like, "Oh, I wish I could watch that."
Right. Well, we booked him in NWA like our first show. We had him booked, and he was phenomenal. And then when I left NWA, I didn't really keep up with wrestling for a while, and then I seen that he was in ROH, so I was like, yeah, that's cool, man. Seeing guys that you seen start make it places, and now he's in Impact. So
yeah,
awesome.
I always love it when you see guys that you've seen in the indie scene, and like even if it's just one of those like quick squash matches on WWE or whatever, like it's still cool to kind of see them in a match on like national exposure. Like,
hey Xander,
yeah,
you know who else did that?
Who else did that?
Who?
Lou?
Who?
Lou?
Lou? Crank!
And who's the other one? The big muscular dude. That that narrows it down.
Yeah. I don't
wow.
know what
Okay.
you're talking about.
Death Threat Army. Hold on, help me out here.
Orion?
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was Thunder Montgomery something. I don't know.
Oh, really? See, I didn't even know that one.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he was in a quick match and
way back before I was even like thinking of getting into the business or anything. We used to go to UWE shows in Gladwin, and that's when we seen Tyler Black. Like this is, I don't know, 15 years ago. Well, no, how
yeah,
even?
like that's nuts. That's nuts to think about. Like I didn't even know that. Or, like,
yeah,
that's cool.
I have pictures. Like I could go find them. It's Tyler Black was there, Jimmy Jacobs. Josh Abercrombie, who never really hit it big, but he's starting to work again in Grand Rapids. They brought in some pretty big names before they were big names.
Before they were big names, and they went to NXT and
like I can't even remember what Tyler Black's name was. He wasn't going by Tyler Black. He wasn't going by Seth Rollins. I don't think. It was so long ago, but we didn't like me and my cousin didn't even know. We just called them the skinny guys because like Tyler Black was teaming up with it might have been Abercrombie. So we just called them the skinny guys because I don't even think they had like a tag name because they were just randomly, they randomly come in and do a show now and then.
Right, yeah.
But now like looking back at the pictures, like that's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, like I got to see this guy. And,
yeah.
I'm hoping some of the other guys I know make it too. Like that'd be sweet, but yeah. Someday.
Yeah, exactly. You always hope that guys that you know, not only guys that you've seen somewhere else, but like guys you know personally. Like,
oh yeah, the guys that I'm friends with on Facebook, I follow them on Instagram, or like
right?
we used to text back and forth. Or I still have him on Snapchat, or like
it's like it's a cool thing to be able to be like I know. I knew that guy before he was big, and he used to message me back, but he don't message me back no more.
Yeah, I used to talk to SE Rox, man, and then he went to AEW, and he's the commentator.
Nah, man. We boys for life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I hope so. How's that Zevia 0 calorie there you got?
Dude, this grape Zevia 0 calorie soda with no sugar, no artificial sweeteners, caffeine free is phenomenal. It's probably my favorite flavor of Zevia so far.
Oh, okay. Wait, what other flavors of Zevia are there?
Oh, goodness, Xander. We have lemon lime. We have ginger ale. There's root beer. There's a cream soda. There's a cola. There's a cherry cola. Oh. Basically, every, flavor of soda.
So you could say there's
flavor.
50 flavors?
Well,
like my
no,
Liberty? Sorry.
But
had to
I'm trying to...
Longhorn Steaks, or what's the
I'm trying to get a fucking gimmick here with Zevia. I'm going to start hashtagging them and everything.
There you go. Get them to sponsor us.
Yeah, get them to sponsor us.
Hashtag not spawn for now.
Right. You never know.
Oh, yeah. We'll get there. What else can we talk about wrestling? Oh, my God. We've been talking for a long time.
Yeah, it's a big
Hello,
topic.
Viewers. If you're still here, drop a thumbs up and leave us a comment.
Yeah, give us some love, man.
Make sure you subscribe to the Blank Canvas Entertainment YouTube channel.
And the Xander Media channel.
And the Xander Media channel. And let us know if you're going to All Out at the Sears Centra Arena.
Century.
In not Chicago, but, it's in Chicago, but it's in
suburbs.
The suburb, the something estates.
I want to say Hawthorne or Huffington. Is it Huffington Estates?
It's H something. Hoffman, Huffington.
Hoffman might be.
It doesn't say on the ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Come
it's one
see
of those,
us at the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big shows going on this Saturday.
The big show?
I'm not sure
Heel turn,
when
face
you
turn?
guys are going to hear this, but on June 29th, there are a lot of shows going on in Michigan. Be sure to check out your local indies. No matter where you're at, there's going to be an indie show within an hour from you. Go out and support these guys.
Yeah.
Most of them are working for nothing or pennies to entertain you guys. Go out there and support them. Buy their merchandise.
Buy the merchandise.
Yeah, because you never know. You might be meeting somebody that in the future you're going to be seeing on WWE TV or AEW or, whatever. So get out there and meet these guys before they hit it big. They're busting their asses out there. All the guys from the top to the bottom, front of the door, back, everywhere. These guys are working hard to bring you guys entertainment. I know there's a show in Saginaw, Michigan this weekend. There's a show in Houghton Lake, Michigan this weekend. Mm-hmm. There's one in, let me see, I had it written down.
There's Fighter Fest.
Yeah, I'm talking about Michigan ones.
Yeah, I know.
There's one in Sandusky. But there's always a show. If you're a wrestling fan, go on Facebook and just type in wrestling, and you're gonna find organizations you can go out there and support.
Oh yeah. Back then I didn't even know. It's kind of sad that I didn't even really know that there was indie shows in Michigan.
Right.
Because when I was getting into WWE, my idea of indie show was TNA, ROH.
Right.
But it's like those are way up here, and oh my god, there's an indie show that was down the road from my house 20 minutes, and I was like, wow, this has been here for how long? And it's kind of cool.
I don't think people realize that. And then you have the fans who are like, well, I don't want to go see that. I don't want to pay $10 for a ticket for guys I don't know, or
but you never know. You might know them someday. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. And you're probably going to see a better match on this show than you're going to see on WWE TV. So get off your asses. Which isn't saying much,
but yeah.
No, it's not. But it's giving the guys who are out there in the ring and putting their time and money and learning to train and everything. And to entertain the fans, and you just got to go out there and support them. So if you're in Michigan, check out the shows. Like I said, there's a bunch of them in Michigan this Saturday on June 29th.
Indeed.
So thanks for listening to Dudes, Drinks, and Discussion with S.E. Rox and
the Xander.
Xander, Zan, the Plant Man. Remember to keep rocking
and stay crispy.